As having clarity is important, because with clarity comes direction. When you know exactly what you want, and you work on that, and you give your everything every day to make it happen, it's going to lead to fulfillment. And the only person who knows what you want, what you really want, is actually you. It's you and God. No one else can give you that answer. And I was just like walking right now near the ocean here in Bali, and I was thinking, like, how peaceful is it? How peaceful is it, like, just to be with yourself and just enjoying the present moments, like the feeling of inner peace that you get from it. I don't know, it just feels so relaxing, and I just never want to break that moment. And those time in silence, like, they are very important. When you take the time just to be with yourself and be still, you learn to process your thoughts and your emotions. You learn to listen inward, because at the end, when you listen inward, you're going to be in touch with your authentic self. That voice in you knows what you want. That voice is there to guide you. But you can only listen to that voice when you give it some space. And that space is going to happen when you spend time with yourself in silence. And I feel like for a lot of men, they don't give themselves that space. They don't give themselves enough time just to be there with their thoughts and connecting with their true self, listening in words. They don't give themselves this time because they constantly chasing something. The only thing about, like, doing something, like chasing stimulation, constantly surrounding themselves with noise. And I mean, guys, like, even when you have free time, it doesn't mean that you just have to fill the gap or just fill the hours. Sometimes what is required is you doing nothing. Because that time in silence, that time with you, your thoughts, is critical. It's your inner compass. Like when you learn to connect with your intuition, your authentic self, you're going to have more clarity and more direction on exactly what you want from this life. But you guys constantly think about, like, just doing more, just having more. But that voice in you, it's God talking to you, and He's telling you, you don't need more. You don't need to do more, you don't need to have more, but you just need to be more. Being more is what is required to live a life of fulfillment. And what I mean by being more is you have to take a look at where you are right now in this life and ask yourself, can I demand more from myself? Can I become more? Is there a better version of me that I can attain right now? Because the more you close the gap between you and your true authentic self, the more happy, the more fulfilled you're gonna be in this life. By being more, bettering yourself, both physically, both mentally, working on yourself. Working on yourself is the path to true fulfillment and happiness in this life. And God is trying to convey that message to you by speaking to you. And that voice is there. You need to give it some space. You cannot just be around noise all the time. Listen inward, guys, because you're like a vessel. You have that voice talking to you, leading you, guiding you, and then what you have to do is just to let it express. But acting, you need to listen first and then act accordingly to that voice. For most of you guys, like, you're probably at this point of your life where, like, you had basically everything that you want. Like, you might have the job, you might have even the woman, but deep down, man, you feel like something is missing. You feel like you cannot be satisfied. But instead of asking yourself, like, what is the true reason? What is the real reason why I don't have this inner peace? Why I don't feel that? Instead of looking for that connection, you chasing more stuff, you chasing more accomplishment, you chasing more material, thinking that something physical, something external is going to fill the gap. But it's a trap, it's a loop. And I've been there myself. I had it all. I had a job, I had the car, I had the house, I had a woman. But I never felt that peace. I never felt really connected. And you keep chasing, thinking that the answer is somewhere outside, where during all of this time, answer is always within you. True fulfillment comes from self-mastery, from self-improvement. The more you work on yourself, the more you spend time with you and take the time to learn about you, what you want, what you're capable of, and you make it happen. You're gonna see the shift, you're gonna feel it. Internally, it's going to be a big difference. You're gonna realize soon enough that you always had the answer, but you never took the time to process your thoughts, listen inward, and actually act accordingly to that voice. That voice always told me to drop the vices, to work on myself, to learn more, to be of service in this world. And now that I act in alignment with that voice, I have the inner peace today that I was always looking, that inner peace that I never got from external things or from something material. It's all in you. It's all in you, guys. Like, you need to make self-mastery and self-development as a top priority, because I promise it's gonna change everything for you. Right now, you might just be a slave of the external world, chasing new things, chasing new cars, chasing new items, chasing another income. But the answer is not there. And if you don't learn to escape that loop, you're gonna just carry on that feeling of disappointment for the rest of your life till your grave. There is more to achieve in this life. But again, you just need to give yourself more space just to connect with who you really are, who you truly are. Not what people think you can do, not what the world is telling you to do. Like, what do you feel? What you're capable of doing. Can you do more? Of course you can. There is always new level to achieve. Don't settle. Work on yourself, both physically, both mentally. Because at the end, remember, if you think about something and that voice keep coming, it's because God wants more from you. You got to listen, guys. You got to act. And this is why I'm heavy on having a routine in place, having habits to follow, because that daily process forces me to become better and better every single day. It's all about alignment, guys. Like, every day I have to work on my physique, on my mindset, on my spirit. And the more I better myself, the better I feel. And the better I feel, the more I'm going to demand more for myself. And you're gonna keep living up in this cycle of constant improvement. And this is where happiness really lies. This is where fulfillment really lies. When you look back and you're like, oh, I'm achieving more in this life. I demand more for myself. I'm getting better every single day. This is what's going to lead to confidence, happiness, fulfillment, like you name it. Nothing material will fill the gap. It's all about you. It's all about knowing what you want and align your daily habits, your daily action with that version of yourself. And if you don't know where to start, you can just click the link in the bio. It's going to guide you through my daily process, the 10 habits that I follow every day. But if you have that sense of urgency and you want to work from yourself, you can apply straight to work with me one-on-one. Link is going to be on my bio. But at the end of the day, whatever you decide to do, just act now. Act right now with a sense of urgency, because you deserve more from this life.